Today we're ranking every single vehicle in Fortnite history from worst to best. I've been playing since the start and experienced all of these firsthand, and we've got 29 vehicles to get through, so let's jump right in. Starting with the rideable animals at number 29. This includes animals like the wolves, boars and raptors. I'm putting these together since they are all very similar. They required feeding or they'd stop moving. They didn't really give a proper vehicle speed and they made you an easy target. The boars were decent because they tanked damage for you, but overall rideable animals were forgettable and didn't really give you much advantage. Number 28, the mechs. OG players still hear these in nightmares. Insane movement, broken damage, and they could turn invisible through glitches. Entire games decided by who had the mech. Epic brought back the Brute later, but it was much weaker. These defined one of the most controversial seasons, unforgettable but not for the right reasons. Number 27, the mythic cars. This includes the Lockjaw and Behemoth from the wrecked season. There was insane controversy around this season. Before nerfs, these cars were absolutely insane with speed, damage and durability, and they were only really fun if you were driving them, but they did get repetitive quite fast. Even after nerfs, they were still very powerful and helped make Wrecked one of the most hated seasons. Number 26, Armored Transport. From Chapter 6 Season 2, and these had a vault in the back of the vehicle. They had tons of health, armored windows, but nobody really misses them. They're already forgotten and barely made an impact. Number 25, Pirate Cannons. Perfect for Season 8's pirate theme, they worked similar to shopping carts where teammates could move and shoot you, which sent you flying across the map. Hilarious for the memes, but not really a true vehicle. Number 24, Loot Sharks. From Chapter 2 Season 3, these were one of the standout features. You could use fishing rods to ride the sharks through water, a cool mechanic, but nobody intentionally used this for mobility, and it was very hard to control. Number 23, the Rogue Bike. A sports bike with strong boost. It did 82 km an hour, making it one of the fastest vehicles in game, and it was really good on roads, but terrible off-road control. The design was cooler than some of the others, but nothing crazy. Number 22, Trail Thrasher. Dirt bikes were fun for tricks, and they did have good meme potential, but plenty of better rotation options. Number 21, IO Titan Tanks. It was cool driving around in tanks with high HP and decent cannon damage. Not fast or maneuverable, but you could drive through builds. Never crazy broken like mechs, but they did have fun moments. Number 20, Nitro Drifter / Nitro Fang. This improved standard cars with boost drift system. Nobody used the drift since it did slow you down, but the boost was really useful. It fit Chapter 4 vibes perfect, but it's middle of the pack. Number 19, the X-Wings / TIE Fighters. This was really fun on release. It felt cool, but players didn't enjoy playing against them. TIE Fighter was tough to control. Epic cooked the design and sound effects, and it was great for Star Wars fans. Number 18, Octane. A Rocket League crossover which required controller to master. Rocket League players dominated with these while others really struggled. It was scary facing someone who knew how to drive them properly. Number 17, the War Bus. When Epic made Battle Bus a vehicle, everyone went crazy. 2 turrets, multiple seats for the whole squad, and you could fight on top while driving. Number 16, Grandeur Trail Smasher. Released in Chapter 5, which was an SUV, kind of like the G-Wagon, it combined the best parts of past vehicles, only slightly slower than the Whiplash on road, but it still controlled well off-road. It had more HP than the Whiplash, and great vehicle skins available. Number 15, Ferrari 296. Only one spawned on the map edge, and many didn't even know it existed. Much faster than typical sports cars, and you could add tires for off-road strength. Felt extremely cool, but it was only in the game briefly. Number 14, Stark Whiplash. Added in Chapter 2 Season 4, and it was much faster than usual sports cars with unlimited fuel. perfect for the Marvel season with Iron Man Brandon. Number 13. Roly-Polies. Still fairly new, but it's ranking high for usefulness. It just gives classic Fortnite vibes. They all have different names, you can shoot to scare them, and it's a soothe ride. Quick movement with cool bounce and jump mechanics. Number 12. UFO Saucers. From Chapter 2 Season 7, it was pretty fun. You could throw items, abduct teammates, and it had tons of meme potential. Hopefully these return in future Alien seasons, because they were one of the standout features from that season. Number 11. The OG Cars Collection. This includes all the classic ones like the Bear, Icelander Prevalent, Mudflap, Whiplash. The pickup truck was simple, but back passengers got beamed first. Standard cars were basic 4 doors. The semi-truck was clunky but had moments with bigger tires. The Santa version was the best. Whiplash was the first sports car, fast on road but terrible off-road. I'm grouping these together out of respect for original cars. Number 10. Inflate a Bull. Technically an item, but it felt like a vehicle. It negated fall damage, bounced around the map extremely fast, and protected you from one shot. Classic Fortnite vibes, wish Epic had it more like this. Number 9. Shopping Cart. Not great practically, but you've got to understand the context here. Community was begging for vehicles at the time, for multiple seasons, then Epic finally delivered in Season 4. The community went crazy, everyone was building ramps to the sky, pushing their teammates around the map, and it just had countless memes and memories with a simple, basic vehicle. Number 8. Motorboat. A sleeper pick from Chapter 2. It made perfect sense with all the water, and it really did stand the test of time. It had countless meme strategies, escaping the storm on land, rockets weren't too strong or weak, and people found ways to shoot faster. Respectable, hard-working vehicle. Number 7. ATK. The first true vehicle ever added to the game. It had speed boost with power sliding, teammates in the back could lean for airtime, it had cool details like the tomato head and Durburger hanging in the front, and the top acted like a bounce pad for fall damage saves. It came out during iconic times in Season 5, but maybe didn't age as iconic as some of the other ones. Number 6. Chopper. An absolute classic with insane memories flying around with squads. It was good for team fights, it broke builds when boosting through, and it had styles with sound and horn speakers, feeling like movie scenes. The only downside is that you weren't immune to fall damage, which led to hilarious fails. Number 5. The X4 Storm Wing, the OG plane. This was controversial, but it was very powerful. It was a third-party nightmare when it was first added back in Season 7. It did tons of damage, you could fly around the map, and it was almost as complained about as mechs. Epic did eventually nerf them, but they were still fairly strong, although you couldn't use them to destroy builds. May not have been perfect, but it did lead to unforgettable clips and memories, earning itself in the top 5. Number 4. The OG Ballers. Specifically the original Baller, not the Chapter 3 version. OG ones were incredible, infinite fuel, a skill gap for flinging yourself far, players hung off map edges to camp, and you could hide in trees around the volcano. It was one of my favourite things from Season 8, and it was one of the metas that was in the game during the World Cup era, meaning all the pros were using these. Number 3. Driftboard. This was another classic. It was amazing to use, created some really funny and cool clips. It had crazy flips, trick shots, and emoting, and you could glide over water, which helped around Loot Lake. It was super effective and fun at the same time. Number 2. Snoop Dogg's Lowriders, the 1966 Cadillac. This was such a good vehicle from the Chapter 2 remix. It had hydraulics and a lowrider style, and there was a crazy glitch that let you boost high into the air, and Epic kept it in the game because people had so much fun with it. It led to insane plays, like saving downed teammates across the map, and it was a modern classic that will definitely age well. This was one of the highlights from that season. And at number 1, the OG Quad Crashers. When this dropped in Chapter 1 Season 6, it was insane. There were amazing clips of people flying across the map. It was very unintentional from Epic, but players mastered time and boosts to soar through the air. It was quite hard to learn, but incredible once mastered. Landing on enemies dealt massive damage. Epic created something they'll never replicate. When brought back, it was completely nerfed without the flying ability, so if you experienced these in Chapter 1, you'll know that no vehicle will ever match this experience. So there you have it, every Fortnite vehicle ranked from worst to best. What are your thoughts on my ranking? Did I rank your favourite too high or too low? Let me know in the comments below. And for now, there's a load more videos on screen here. Make sure to click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.